Hello, everyone. You can take a good look around while we got you here. And this is the apartment that was destroyed. And we've had Diane and Sonia and Kevin and others working here uh, trying to get this thing done. So get it fixed. But it's coming together. But nevertheless, let's not talk about that. I'm here for other reasons. And that is some things are starting to happen. And 6 people or 7 people last night that died at the hands of the good guys and I wanted to get this all out to you before there wasn't anything to get out. Kevin's with me here, and you're gonna ask me questions, right?
Absolutely.
And I'll answer them, and that way there you can get up to date in relation to what is going on. You're not gonna keep getting these because you can probably reach me somehow or reach someone somehow, but I'm getting ready to go. I'm going one way or another, and nobody's going to hear from me when I'm there. I'm going to be quiet. That way, nobody else is there. I don't want them there, and nobody else wants them there. So let's get this show on the road here so you understand what's going on, what's been going on with the Gino Dean bullshit with this guy, James. What's his name?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. Allegedly, it's Dugan.
James Dugan. It's the name I gave to the authorities yesterday when they wanted to be assured of his name. Uh, they've already got a whole bunch of info on him, and he owes people money. He's this, he's that. Forget about him. He's not going to do anything for you. As you know, he got caught, or he's getting caught right now, and the authorities are already got papers for him in relation to Dubai and Uganda. And the Dragon family, of course, which is owed 200 plus million for building that plant that founded the gold in Uganda. They're not so happy. They're very quiet right now, but there's going to be a sneak attack, which is what I love. I love it when you're not looking and they go sneak attack, and that's going to happen. So, and they know where Jean is. Jean's in hiding, really, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can't help her. And the fact that she even got into my group uh, befuddles me. Other than the fact that I had heard so many people on our side, on our team, were fighting and arguing on the Takinan thing over different things, and that's how she got in because things were changed at that point, and she was the one that came in after having been thrown out of the Drake group. So, Cosmic Voice, that is. So let's go here from now and let's get as much info as I can to you before I do leave. And I'm just working on the financing now, which I always work on, seeing that I always use my own money, and I end up with nothing, and everybody else ends up with everything in their pocket. So let's get this thing going so you know what's going on. And yes, this is looking pretty good. I'll talk to you in a few seconds. Kevin, you can let go.
All right. Somebody had raised the question, more than one person had. Why have there been so many posts lately on your two sites?
On what site?
Your two sites that you have.
Why have there been so many?
Yeah, lately.
I didn't know there were many. I thought that I've been complaining that there's not any, but I don't look often. Like I don't look. I don't follow. When I look, there's nothing there yesterday. There's a lot there today.
Yeah. Never mind.
Did you look?
Yeah.
Was there a lot?
Yeah.
Hmm?
No, I'm talking about you posting videos.
Oh, I'm putting them in. I'm placing them into a corner. I track them down and I'm chasing them into a corner. I've got I got countries, I've got military, I got whatever I need is out there right now, and they're not going to be able to fly either pretty soon because we get the no fly in, and that's going to probably come back okay, and they're going to be stuck wherever the hell they are.
Why?
So
Why did you actually bring in Gino Dean?
I just explained it to them a second ago. There were fighting going on in our site, on our site, and I had to get rid of the people that were fighting or move them. And Jean came in and took that place. Then again, she took everybody else's place too. She took that liberty.
Right. Can you explain the Dean connection
With Jean?
with Gene?
Yeah, yeah, I guess I can a little bit. Sorry, Dean, but Dean would play music at night, and Jean would get naked. That's all. And Dean would tell her what was going on. That would help too. Oh, by the way, Dean most likely was not guilty of the nudity with Jean, because Jean's pretty free with her body, throwing things around to people.
Everything is about delaying you and preventing you from getting to Indonesia and starting what you have to do. What kind of impact did this Gene and James fiasco cause you?
Kind of impact. Well, we took. I didn't take my mind off it, but took some of it off, and everybody else seemed to too, because they distracted us. They distracted us with their bullshit, and basically that's what it was, bullshit. Because when you do the homework on James, uh, he's got 4 different personalities or characters uh, that he represents: the Indians, the Irish, the Indonesians, and who else?
Cuban.
Cuban. So he has 4 different things there, and then you look on the internet, you don't find them. And my people found him because they knew him. They knew him. They had worked with him in the past, and he's a thief. They told us this. They told me to stay away from him. And there's no. Let me explain something too. There's no problem with me going into Indonesia or any other place. They made that up. That I'm going to get shot and killed as I walk through the gates or through immigration. It's not going to happen. I spoke to the Sultan. I spoke to everybody else. It's not going to happen. But what will happen is when he comes through, they will arrest him. They will arrest him no matter who talks in his behalf. They caused this delay. No matter how many days it's been. It's been quite a few too that we've been stuck here. And by the way, we couldn't have gotten to Indonesia anyway. My money was stolen. It was the first one was ripped off. The second part was the accounts were cleaned out. Then the 350,000 dollars were taken from my courier. My courier was kidnapped. It wasn't going to happen. It took 8 or 9 days for the courier to show up. It wouldn't have happened. I didn't have that cash anymore. The cash has been stolen. The cash has been ripped off. I spent over 14 million, not 16, 14 million over the years doing just this. I'm not adding other things to this. And so, I'm waiting for someone to come forward and help. I think I've got it. And it could be a real good guy. And we'll see from there.
Okay, and moving along to other things you wanted to talk about, lots of questions about. Here's one from somebody that appreciates your Irish heritage and connection. Are there really leprechauns and druids?
There's definitely druids, and there's definitely leprechauns, and there's also the pixies. You forgot the pixies. The pixies have been moved because they were located. Did you know that, Kevin? Huh? You knew it?
You told me the story.
Yeah,
in fact, you know the guys that moved them.
We even know the guys that moved. That's how we know for sure. One of our guys ended up fighting with the jinn and or the entities in Jakarta. No, not Jakarta. Denpasar. When he flew into Indonesia with me. I mean, he's a tough guy, one of the toughest on the planet, really. And he's coming with me, and he starts swinging at something I can't see. But then I see the black, and that's the entities, and they've got him, and he's being held down on the bed, and he's pulling out and pulling. Yeah, I mean, geez, and it was going back and forth. And Thomas Kramer was trying to get in the way of everything, and I was basically holding the fort back at the hotel. and I'm getting messages that there's a war going on, and my buddy is trying to save himself. I mean, he was throwing punches and kicks and everything else against about 5 or 6 of them who are so fast. Then again, they may have had a reason to do what they did. Uh, when they cut me on my shoulder, it was because I was joking with them.
Right.
I had made a joke stating that I'm not afraid of them. They can't do anything to me. I'll kick their ass. Get their fat asses over here. And that's when it went in my ear. And that's when the blood came out of my shoulder. And I said, I was just kidding, you sons of bitches, you. Just kidding. And then I went to the bathroom, and the magic man put something on the back of my shoulder and stopped bleeding immediately. My shirt was on the back of a chair. We come out of there. He came out first. I'm still rubbing my shoulder. And then I came out and looked. And on the back of my chair was my shirt with the, you tell her what was on the back of my shirt.
Oh, yeah, the images, the facial images of what the jinn looked like.
Talk louder so they can hear you.
Yeah, the facial images of the jinn themselves.
Yeah, I have the T-shirt. It's in the back of my what's that? The back of it.
It's on your credenza behind the desk.
That's right. So my credenza. I'll be moving it soon. I don't plan on being here much longer, and I do hope to get to Indonesia to get this thing finished. If not, then I got a good feeling I'm going to go somewhere else where no one can reach me, so that I don't get tied up in this bullshit that I'm trying to avoid for you right now.
It's been a long journey. This the shot heard around the world, of course, was the $1 trillion lawsuit, which was because of the theft of the Federal Reserve notes that you were carrying.
How come I always do first?
And I'm thinking that at this point in time, there's so much more that you know now than when the first paperwork was filed for the $1 trillion lawsuit.
Well, we know what happened. All kinds of things.
So what have you learned about not just the thieves, but the hierarchy behind the scenes that is also very tightly connected to those notes?
No, it's people we knew actually from the beginning,
right.
Other than the Vatican. In the Vatican, we knew was involved, but we just couldn't pin it. But, Leo Zagami and the P2 Lodge and everything, we said that even on the lawsuit.
Right.
So, I mean, we didn't get anything new. We got bits and pieces of information. But with the Vatican using our funds, okay, and there's a box with my name on them, down in the Vatican vault, and they're using it illegally. So, I mean, they're doing what the hell they want to do because that's who they are. They're a bunch of Khazars. They're not Irish Catholic because that's not it. They're Khazars. They're Khazars. There's so many Khazars posing as different things, including Jewish. And the Jewish in a lot of trouble too because they pose as something that they're not. So it's going to continue a little while longer, but it's almost over.
So the result of the Vatican audit on the slush fund told you the final resting place right now of where those notes have finally ended up.
Yeah, and it's being watched. It's being watched. It's the Dragon family. I got their eye on that. So careful. They're being so careful.
Yeah. Anything more you want to talk about regarding the journey, which is about to end on one phase and begin on another?
This should end. But again, it comes down to financing. And again, it seems like everybody waits for me to acquire the financing from someplace, a source, and to get it done. That's been a lot harder to do with people taking money from people who are bringing it to me and doing this and doing that, so I can't get it. Or even what's the name? The MoneyGram. MoneyGram came up and they blocked my wife from receiving money. That wasn't even had nothing to do with me, and she couldn't receive even to do some things that she had to do. And it's really a sick situation with MoneyGram because MoneyGram is owned by the Rothschilds, and so was Western Union, and they had me blocked, and they still owe me a bunch of money with interest, which they never gave me. So yeah, it's a different ball game coming up soon because that's not going to be here anymore. MoneyGram's going to disappear. So is Western Union. So is the Rothschilds.
What kind of a transition do you see between the existing fiat systems in the Western world and a new gold-backed currency?
Well, the fiats are going to be worth nothing to begin with. So I plan on setting it up so that we can get them into a legal battle, which they won't do at all because they can't do a battle because they don't have any funding. They're not going to give me IOU. They're not going to give me an IOU. They're gonna have to fight with me a little bit, and then they're gonna find out that I'm gonna throw them right into the middle of the action. And Nigel Farage, come call me please, get in touch, and I can bring you in on this one, and we can do it together. You can get your banking back because the banking will be back, and it'll be back once I get something done, maybe within the next 4 or 5 days. I've got something ready to finish in a couple of different places. One in Canada. So without mentioning any names and without any further ado, let me introduce you to the Phantom. The Phantom of the Opera. No, the Phantom. This person is going to uh, do something wonderful for the world itself. And if he does it right and he flips this thing over, that's the end of all the fiat system. And if not, then I have enough of those notes, and I'll turn it over, and I'll make sure that's the end of their system. They're not going far. I planned it for a long time, and I've got them by their cojones. And you know something? They finally found out they had cojones, but they never used them.
Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Shame on them. There's got to be one.
No, that was it.
Oh, we got to talk a little more because there's stuff on James. James is James Dugan is tied up with Gene Odine. Gene Odine is running and hiding in what's the name of it?
New Mexico.
In New Mexico, but New Mexico or Mexico?
New Mexico.
New Mexico. What's
Santa Fe.
Who?
Santa Fe.
In Santa Fe. Well, she's in Sardona, and she's still running around making claims that I did this and I did that. Gene did all the talking. How could I be doing it? That was her job, but not her job to lie, cheat, and steal like she tried to do. Uh, James, on the other hand, has been tied up with Gene for longer than what we think, and he's got a secretary or some woman that seemed like a nice girl, but I don't think she should be in this. But James threw her in the other night when he put her name down on a piece of paper that was sent to me by him. And so I'm not going to put her name down. She doesn't deserve it. James, shame on you. You're the guy with the big cojones, right? You told me? Those cojones aren't so big right now, are they? And by the way, everyone knows. Watch what happens now because they know where Gene is and they know where James is. They know exactly where he is. They're going to be probably picking them up soon. Everything they're sending to the foreign governments relating to me, my team, or anyone else, and how we stole this and stole that. How can you steal something when you're going broke with your own money being used? That's a sick son of a bitch. And anyway, he could never produce the money that he wanted to give me for the information that I had. At first it was for nothing, then it was for the information. And I would never give him the information that I have. I wait until I get it, and when I get it, I go. And if I'm too late, and when I get there, it's going to hurt us all. How much, I'm not too sure, but they're ready to fight with us. They're ready to go. They're ready to go. We've got to be extremely careful, and we got to be careful when we go anywhere because one little slip up by one organization might get us in trouble that never should have been. I mean, the accusations they made was insane, and you could see what happened in the last couple of posts. And we're doing this so we can back them in further and further to a corner. So, and we're not going to let them out. We got them on the no-fly, and that's going to hurt them. I've called everybody, and so has everybody else in Indonesia. called all the people that he claims he knows, such as the Sultan, and the Sultan, he told me, was dead. It's funny, I was talking to the Sultan 20 minutes after speaking to him. Sultan's not dead. Sultan's alive and dancing. If he's listening, I hope you dance well. You're always at those balls, so you gotta dance. I should be there soon. Things should happen. If it doesn't, then look at each other and stop blaming each other, because I don't have it, but I'm the only one that can do it. Everybody thought they had a chance of doing it. They don't have a chance. They're the ones who are going to get shot. They don't belong there. So I think, is there any other notes? I think we lost something there.
No. It was everything that we had.
Richard was supposed to be on here interviewing me, and Richard Montgomery, but he said he sat down and he was missing something. His cojones. They'd come looking for him. And I want you to take a good look, though. This is coming up pretty good. We did some. Stoyan did a lot with Sanya and a few others. It'll be good when it's done. And I don't plan on being here much longer, like I said. And I think I'll be looking to move. I have a healing computer that's already gone, I believe, and it's working fine. I didn't think I had any. I thought I had pieces of one, and last night I found it. Couldn't find it, but then I found it. Speaking to my friend in South Korea, I found it, and there it was. All the parts, everything's fine. So now I just do a few little things, and I'm going to get my bags packed, and I want to get clothes, and once we clean it up over where we're going, you're not going to get in the bunker or anything, but you can always come and hang around. I don't know if we're going to be around much either, because we'll be going up into the hills, into the bunker, and so on, into the mountains. It's going to be a long trip and a hard, arduous journey to do what we have to do, but it's been planned for a long time, so we're aware of what we have to do. It's going to be, for some, an extraordinary adventure. They're going to see things they've never seen before, most likely. They don't come out often, but my last 3 times there, they've come out to talk to me and actually help me. So, I mean, do I believe in jinn? Yes, I believe in jinn. Do I believe in, druids? Yes, I believe in the druids. They've helped me. I've had numerous helps from the druids. So, I mean, I can't say they're make-believe. I'm Irish, and I've heard of the druids since I've been a child. I'm going to go to Ireland, I believe, and we're going to do something there too before we go. And pixies are real too. I mean, these things, they follow me because I always thought it was a movie. It was a cartoon. It's not a cartoon. It is a cartoon, but it's not a cartoon. It's based on real, I don't know if it's a life thing or existence. I think that's what it is, an existence. Even entities, I think, are existence.
Yep.
But an entity, if you yell at it, it goes away. That's what happened in the bed when I was in Sukarno's bed in Indonesia. That 2 o'clock in the morning thing, it was there. My hairs on my arm. I was sleeping and I felt the hairs on my arm go up. I've never felt that before. Have you ever felt that?
The hairs on.
I never felt it. And it went up, and I woke up, and I saw the shadow right next to the bed, and I screamed at it. And what it did was, it stayed for a second and looked, tried to get out the bedroom door, which I had things up against, like I did the first time, but they got out the second door with the three locks again. Went right through the door, That's when when I opened the door, the guy, the security in the hallway, asked if I had seen anything, and I said no. I probably went right by them. I don't know, but they're aware of all this. This is part of their history, their legend, and everything else. The Druids, oh man, everything's there. Everything you can see it if they want to show it. And to me, with me, they cut my shoulder first, and then they realized I was joking. And plus, the king of the jinn had been speaking to someone we know down in the southern part of Florida about me. So everything straightened itself out, and the jinn now work with us. The king of the jinn works with us, and we're gonna kick the crap out of somebody. We're just dying to try. I hope it's one of their boys. I hope we feed. I hope we feed them as food to something out there in the jungle like the Komodo. Ha ha ha. That would be fun, huh? I would like to do that, but we're not going to have that opportunity because they won't come. So we got a little bit of time here. Richard's going to put this out for you. I think. You have any questions anymore? We don't have, we have trouble even getting banking here. I do. My wife too. I don't know how much longer that relationship's going to last because I'm not a happy camper over here, and you're supposed to be making it easier for me, not tougher. And it's being made tougher, so I have to watch every which angle. When I take my eye off something, I might get whacked, and I'm not appreciating it right now because they are running around, even in our backyard on occasions. Kevin and myself have fought them. They jumped over the fence, so it's not a joke. Not a joke at all. You just have to be focused. And if people are hurting you by taking your eyes off of things, you can't have them around right now. So I'm going to Indonesia and I will work it from there. And I'm not going to be talking much because heavens forbid I talk. I'll be working. I'll be working. I'm going to be going up, getting with the military and so on, getting things done, and do all the things I promised the Sultan years ago. No one ever knew I was going to get sick like I did. No one ever knew that I was going to get surrounded by, what's the word, when they locked the doors for us on us all around here so you couldn't get out.
Well, it was a complete shutdown. It was
Yeah, it wasn't really so complete. It was really focused.
Yeah.
It was pointed at someone, and it was called me.
Yeah.
And Kevin, because it was me, it was Kevin too. He couldn't go anywhere. Others couldn't go anywhere. It was not right. But nevertheless, when I did get right, I still felt bad. So now I'm getting my piss and vinegar back. The Irish is in me, I'm telling you. And we can do a lot of things. I'm going to bring the right people down at the right time. And we're going to go and we're going to finish things up with the people I know in Jakarta. I'm going to make sure we get everybody on the table properly. Indonesia is going to be well known for what happens for it and what's done to make it so special. I'm going to sit down with the special team that I'm going to bring in, and I'm going to have them focus on Indonesia and what it needs most. I'm not going to rely upon people. I'm going to rely upon a special team that'll come in and do what has to be done with the Indonesians' help. So Indonesia, it's coming, baby. It's coming. We're going to do it. And when we do it, you guys have a ball. You deserved it. You've waited a long time. It's been a long time for everybody. But it was your doing that made this happen. Not mine. Mine was a little bit involved. The fact that you had what you had, have what you have, and everything else, and everybody's banging your doors down trying to get it. Well, that's going to be changing. You're going to be changing. As for the Sultan, I'm glad you're alive because that guy, James Dugan, told me the Sultan was dead, and I just shook my head. And I said, "No way, it can't be." And I checked, and you were alive. He said he was invited to your funeral. Thank God you didn't have a funeral. Yeah, it's a rough world out there, and I know you, Sultan, know what happened because you're the one that told me to focus and see what happens. You told me how to handle it pretty well, and I did, and I saw the things pretty well too, like you said I would. So here I am, and I don't know what's behind me. Oh, the cabinet that was broken. So a lot of stuff still on the floor, and some things have to go up. But once you get this big thing out, this was ruined. They didn't fix this either. This one, look, they didn't fix this one, did they? They stopped it right there. So I got to get something to fix this and put it, and it'll be a beautiful Italian sofa when I'm done, like it was. Now I miss you all. Walter, Walter, wake up and go to sleep. I hope to see you before I go back. Okay, I'm planning on doing some things, and we're gonna need you. Well, we don't need your help. We need each other's help. Okay, I'll call you, and I'll go there to see you. Uh, who else is there? I need to say goodbye to here right now. Who? Who? My friend in South Korea. I'll call you later today. I'll let you know. My friends in Ireland, same. Kevin will let you know. He talks to you anyway. My other friends in Ireland, I talk to them. Nobody else. So it's all going to happen. And I believe I have a strong feeling. I'm usually right. I have a strong feeling this is the weekend. That means we're going to start soon. Everybody's life is not at stake right now. It'll be ours, stopping them from where we are. The word is, what do they say? If Keenan gets to Indonesia, what?
It's all over.
Say it so they can hear you.
It's all over.
And if I don't get there?
They all die.
We all die, yeah. That's what they've been telling me for a year. If we can stop you, everybody's dead. And if we can't stop you, we're dead. And they were praying I was dead. I could hear them in my ear. Or maybe that was my son throwing punches at me. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, good luck. And there's no editing on this post here, unless I know there's so many women looking that I want to excite them with by introducing them to Richard. Richard, they're all in Indonesia, baby, and they're looking for you. I'll tell you a little story. Bye bye. That's about a man named Jed. Next time. Take care. God bless you. I hope you're all healthy. And I hope we make it there in one piece. Take care, people. He's so anxious to turn this thing off. See you later, baby. Bye bye.